So we've got an 08 Transit van today. With no sound at all. Now we know the battery's good because we've got lights on the dash. But there's no crank or anything. So if there's no crank, it means there's obviously something stopping it from starting. So we're going to go with the starter motor. And now the first thing to do is to disconnect your battery that is underneath your seat. Disconnect both of them red and black terminals. I always put a cloth around them, and then that is the first step to do. Once they're disconnected, I always just put them in a cloth just to make sure that they're not touching anything, just like this. Just put a cloth over it just so it stays away from the sides of the metal, just because that is an air fluid. The black one's always the air. So you've got 3 connectors on this transit van starter motor. Okay, so you want to take off this nut here. I've already loosened mine, so just here. And what it would do is it has 2 connectors on. Right, so the nut's done. And look, it'll have 2 washers on as well. You need to remember that the smaller one goes at the front and the larger one goes at the back. I'm just gonna, instead of wasting my time thingying, I'm just gonna knock them straight off. I'll get them off the floor in a second. So you can see that I'm pulling this red connector just here. This one goes on last, so you want to take that off just like that. Don't matter where it goes as you disconnected the battery. And look, you've got another one just here. Okay, just simply push it off like that. It's as easy as that. And now those 2 connectors are done. Remember, this one goes on first, and then my one has a little red bit on, so that one goes on last. And then obviously the washers. Now you do have another connection just underneath. Now it's very, very easy. It's nothing at all. It is literally just here. So look for this little wire that's running off your starter motor, and it will connect by just a little bolt that's on the end of here. I've already loosened mine again, so mine will just come straight off. Oh, I've been tightening it. There we go. Okay, so you just want to pull this connection off, and that'll be all the connectors off. Right, so once all your connectors are off, as seen like mine, you've done the top 2 and then you've done this bottom one. The starter motor is held on by 2 bolts, okay? You got one going through here, and then you've got another one just there. Okay, so they're literally direct from each other. You got one here and one just there. One here, one just there. Now I've got some sort of connection sitting on mine, as you can see. But you just want to take off this side, take off the other one, and that's it. The starter motor will drop out. I'll just loosen mine and show you what it looks like and what to do. Right, so I've loosened both of mine, so let's just pull this top one out. Okay, look, you can see the starter motor's off the back of the motor now. So mine obviously had this connection on just there, so I'm just going to pull that off again just to show you. And then this bolt just comes straight out, but mine has another connection on like this, so keep track. If yours has the same on as mine, it might not. Everywhere is different depending on what model it is, but most starter motors on Ford Transit vans are located here. So those 2 are taken out, that connector's gone, so let's just grab that. There we go. Oh yeah. Right, so there's that starter motor. And now grab your new one and just make sure they're the exact same. So, as you can see, they're exactly the same. So let's get this one in. Right, so my starter motor's all back up. Remember, obviously your connectors. My connectors are back on. And underneath, you just got this connector here. And obviously I had these on here, but I've tightened everything back up. New starter motor's back on. Let's give it a go. give it a go. Let's make sure she's out of gear. Come on. No fucking way.